Bend, Oregon, that's where I was born. My dad was in the Marines in World War II. I turned about 19, drove over to Bend from Prineville and joined. So I left home, went to boot camp. Following that, I went to a gun school for M60, which was machine gun. And then I had 2 weeks of infantry training and went to Nam. We did 65 days in the mountains, and they finally brought us down to our hill, and our CO bought us 240 cases of Coke and 186 cases of beer, and he says, in 3 days we will be doing this again, and I want everybody sober and ready to go. I spent most of my time in the mountains. We went to this one pagoda through a ville. We walked into this, it was almost like a church. All of a sudden I just kind of glanced and there was movement in this one kind of cubicle of boxes. Well, by right, I should have sprayed it. I mean, emptied my weapon, but I didn't. I kicked the guy in front of me and I said, there's somebody in there, get back. And he pulled a grenade out and he was gonna throw a frag in there. And I said, no. I said, they'd already been shooting it by now. There was a girl in there and she stepped off a rice paddy dike and broke her ankle right there and the bone was sticking out. In reality, you shoot and then don't ask questions, but she was only about 10 years old and something just told me not to. You had to volunteer to be a tunnel rep. You don't have to be a volunteer. We found a hole, so this sergeant threw the .45 at me and a flashlight and he said, check it out. I've never been in a hole before. Nobody does. I crawled probably 300 yards, came out into a ville, never seen anything, never got any ordnance or anything. And then later on, you get to thinking, well, you know, it's cool down there. Snakes, spiders, everything over there that crawls, bites, is poisonous. But I can honestly say, I never seen anybody get bit by anything. One night we were set in, everybody was, I don't know, just antsy. They let it get dark and they already had us spotted. They started with the mortars. Of course, where are you gonna run to in the middle of the night and everything's blowing up around you? So I got hit. I ended up on the hospital ship Repose, went to the Philippines, then I went to Guam. It's not a John Wayne game. You don't get shot one day and you're back the next. I figured that one out, and it didn't take long. I had about 3 different guys around me. Some of them were probably maybe 10 yards away or less. They got hit, and I never got hit once, except that night we got mortared. Everybody's scared. Hell, anybody tells you you're not scared, stay away from them. It was a day-by-day thing. You made it through one, well, maybe you'll make it through 365. Maybe you won't. I know there's 59,000 plus over there that didn't come home, and I don't know why. Their families probably do ask the same question. We don't know why.